So, hello and welcome, guys, to another trade recap. So, yesterday I had taken a trade on NQ, and I'm just going to run you through the trade. So, before that, I have not recorded the what you say trading screen time, or like when I was trading, I usually like do the trade recap there, and I just record the video there only. But I didn't do that. So, yeah, I'll just be explaining it here only, and I'll just show you the screenshot. So, if you see here, this was the trade inside. Uh, Let me just zoom this. So this was the trade. I had taken this, which I'll be explaining now. Then it went here, and here I took my stop loss to break even, and I did a full book of the position here. So yeah, that was the trade. Now let go to the explanation part. So people, I just remove all this so it can be easier to understand. So going into the yesterday, I was trading the macro, and which I mentioned. So going on to the daily time frame, we were pretty bearish in the market before what you said before 9:30 open had already swept the previous day's high as well as the consequent encroachment of the previous daily FVG. Okay, so both of these were in align with my bearish bias when the market is now. Let's directly go to the 5-minute time frame. So yeah, uh, let me just mark out the FVGs as well. There are two FVGs here. One was here. This was one, and this was the second one. Yeah, this both those are the point of interest, and the market is also rejecting this 1 hour FBG, which let's just mark it for this value check. And let me remove this because this was the consequent increment of the overall week. This is the daily time frame. This was the consequent increment of previous day week. Okay, this day is the consequent increment. So let me just delete that so it will be clear to watch it. So now going on to the 1 minute time frame, market opened around. Let's just run through. I was not watching the market here. So yeah, market opens from around here. I was trading the macro yesterday, 9:50 to 10, 9:45 to 10:15 a.m. New York Standard Time. Yesterday I had watched Justin's daily market update, and he had said that we most likely will be looking for some sort of a what you say, some sort of a retracement to the upside. Then we can eventually trade lower because we are overall bearish. Then we can head on to the previous day low, which has already been taken today. Okay, so this is the today's chart. Today is 18 November, and I had taken the trade yesterday. So previous day low has already been swept. The consequent encouragement of the Friday previous week. So overall, we are bearish, and so now going on to the day, the market opened and it started retracing higher, and it eventually broke through the 1 hour FBG. Okay, I'll not mark it. Just like I've already said that these both are 1 hour FBG. Okay, and this was the previous day high, and this is the consequent encroachment of the previous day fair value gap. Okay, that which had rejected, which had said that rejected that, and as well as from below, which I'll just show you once again. So this was the previous day high and the consequent encroachment. Both of them are swept in a single round. Okay, so yeah, heading on to the 1 minute time frame. The market opened here at 9:50 am. The market, as the market opened, it started rallying to the upside to give us a retracement. Okay, so now if you see here, market opened, it swept this low, stopped out the buyer which was participating is there now at 9:39 next minute we see it swept out all the low, then we did get an SMT, and the market just shot back up. Now yesterday I had seen that PB, Patrick, he had taken this trade, but I don't know how this trade was technically valid also, non-valid also, because for me, like, I was looking for some sort of external manipulation the second time, but he just got a nice movement to the upside, which was rejecting the 1 hour LBG, and he just took that, I guess. This is the 1 hour LBG. If we don't, if you have not seen, this was the 1 hour LBG. This is also fine trade, but in my direction, I have now started trading macro 950 to 10:15, so 9:45 to 10:15 in New York Standard Time, and 10:45 to 11:15. Okay, so those was the AM macro. Then after that, PM macro, I didn't look at it that much. So yeah, going on to the trade. Let me just zoom this a little bit here. It's both of the 1 hour FBG. So this line you can see, this is the macro opening time. So within that, we had a couple of highs here, which the market took very quickly. This was the high of the 1 hour FBG. So this here, the market just ran past through this everything. Now here, there was a possibility of taking a sell trade because this is the 1 hour FBG. The market came down, retraced higher, gave us manipulation leg. Then we can go lower, but we didn't get a change in the state, and the macro has had already not started yet. Okay. So now if you see here, it went up. We didn't get any change in the state, and I was not looking at it in the lower time frame. I was just fixed on the 1 minute time frame to wait for the macro to open 9:50 a.m. Okay. So we see macro opened here 9:50 a.m. Then it just sweeps the high of this, and also it taps into the 1 hour FBG. Okay. This is the 1 hour FBG, and in the consequent investment here, if you see, the market didn't close above that. That was a very much likely that the market had not closed. So that was in my favor. So after this, if you can see, then this was the CHD. So the confluence, first confluence I had got here, that we rejected the consecutive encouragement. Now if you go into the 30-second time frame, we created a low, we had created a high, sorry, inside the consecutive encouragement, we didn't close that. Then we got a manipulation move. So here, if you didn't get a manipulation move, I would not been so confident in taking this trade. So this was the manipulation move. Then we got a CIS. This was technically CSD in 1 minute, 30-second time frame, but I had waited for the 1 minute time frame to happen. This is the 1 minute CSG, CSD. Then we did get a candle closure. Then I had entered here. This was the trade in the uh, when it there was also a 5 minute FBG, which I was hoping for it to get ran through the downside. After this only, I had entered. I was about to forget, but while I was in the 1 minute time frame session recording, I didn't do that. Otherwise, you should have seen. I was waiting for the market to close below that so I can place my entry. Okay, here second candle closed. This here was not my entry. Yes, here I had entered because overall we had closed in the part which I was seeing. The market had already closed, and I had put my entry there. So we see the session recording. Somewhere around here I had entered. After this candle closed, this candle, as this candle closed below this previous change in the state, then we got retracement sweeping high. Then I entered here. So yeah, that's the overall. And let me put the this here and I'll stop loss around here. Now, unfortunately, like I need to be experienced more, then I can think about my stop loss placement. Oh yeah, I put my stop loss to here and I booked around 1 is to 1.4 or something like that. I closed the trade here on 1 is to 1.4, as I said. So I was like, overall the trade played out quite nicely. It took out the overall 9:30 a.m. pro. So this would have been a perfect how much, 5 hour trade. But technically I did what I planned, and so I would have just done this also. But I was not confident that market can come because I don't have so much experience in NQ. So after seeing like 6 7 months, then I can form where I am supposed to put my stop loss and all that. Okay. The trade just happened here within 5 6 minutes. The market we got an overall trade, and yeah, there was the trade. Everything did work out nicely. There was another trade here as well. You see here, I think so it all has been removed. Okay. So this was one trade. I'll just quickly explain you because yesterday's trade. I found the 1 minute time frame in the 10 a.m. macro. Here also one trade opportunity had landed, but I didn't take it. I don't know why. So the I'd seen this is a very coincidence. I had seen ICT's video today. I don't know which video I was watching here. Just let me quickly pull it up. So it will be a convenience. I can explain it nicely. Let's see. ICT channel. I was watching this video earlier on the morning of yesterday. Which yes, this here we can see this one. Exact same thing happened. So you see here this trade. This everything exact happened. This fall through. Then we get a what do you say consolidation move here. You see here exact consolidation move which was happening which has happened here. Consolidation move. Then we get a nice SMT and inside the macro if you see we get a 2 minute. There was a not 2 minutes 3 minutes sorry. There was a 3 minute FBG which had been tapped into and we can entry there. It's just 2 minutes I think so. I forgot because I did take this trade. Yes, to 2 minutes. So this was the exact entry. Which had formed seeking liquidity inside the macro, and here would have been the second entry. So here I was watching it perfectly, but I didn't enter. Stop loss just above this high, and we can target this low. So this was also should be a fine trade, but I didn't enter because yesterday was my first trade trading macro in live market. So if you see here, this exact thing happened here. Now you see here manipulation here. Then we got a nice rejection here. I cannot zoom into here, but we did get a rejection here. Then we got a nice fall through to take this overall draw on liquidity. Okay. So overall what happened? Like same thing happened here. Just accumulation, manipulation, then distribution to the overall draw. Okay. So yeah, this trade was also valid. And now let's see today what will happen. The market. I've already I've not done the daily outlook yet, but overall technically we are still bearish. Most likely we can see price going lower. It all depends on the technicals that I see and I can execute according to the plan. Okay. So there was the overall trade update. I'll just show the execution as well. Why not? So I for trader. uh, Let me just log in and I'll show you. So if you see here, this was the trade I had opened in 2030 and it entered 2034. This is in Indian time, but here if you see, you can check. What is that? New York one 25120 2501 25120. Exactly. So the trade overall profit US 100. So yeah, I just wanted to show the execution and as well. So that was the overall output of this trade. Let's see what happens today.